I was born in Georgia. I lived and graduated from college in Georgia. I currently live and do more of my business on the Alabama side of the river. Here's the honest comparison nobody gives you. Hey, it's David Knapp with Stillwaters Realty Group at Keller Auburn-Opelika. Our hub is out of the Auburn-Opelika area, but I do a lot of business in Columbus, Phenix City, Fort Mitchell, and the surrounding areas. I also cover Lake Martin and everything around it. I actually graduated from Columbus State University, so that's where a lot of my knowledge of that area comes from. Today, I want to give you a real, honest comparison for anyone thinking about relocating into this area. A lot of agents only work one side of this line. I've done real business on both. I've got roots in Georgia and I live my life in Alabama, so I'm not guessing on either side. These are real clients and real closings on both sides of that river. So let's start with taxes and cost of living, because that's usually the first question I get. I'm not going to throw tax rates or cost of living numbers out on camera because they change and they'll be outdated by the time you watch this. But I will tell you a real story. I had a client recently pre-approved in Alabama for a certain number. We made an offer in Georgia for less than that number, and the lender came back and said, no, you don't qualify for that amount here because taxes and insurance are higher in Georgia. That was Columbus, Georgia versus Phenix City, Smith Station area. Same buyer, same income, different results, just because of which side of the river the house was on. Talk to your CPA and your lender, and let's get actual numbers. Don't assume the two sides are the same dollar for dollar, because they're not. Now, let's talk about the towns themselves, because that's where the real differences show up. Columbus has its own feel and its own pace. I went to school there, so I know it beyond just selling houses in it. Columbus has an interesting history, its own ups and downs over the years, and it's got its own heartbeat today, different from what it used to be. For some buyers, Columbus is exactly right. It depends on what you're optimizing for. Now, cross the river, and here's where it gets interesting. Phenix City and Fort Mitchell are right across the river from Columbus. For a lot of my clients, crossing that river isn't some big culture shock. It's a 5-minute bridge crossing. Phenix City actually has a wild history. There was a stretch where it was basically run by organized crime. That's not the Phenix City of today. It's part of what makes this area interesting. Another factor you might not have thought about when you're moving into this area is time zone. Columbus, Phenix City, Valley, Fort Mitchell all operate on Eastern time. That matters if your job or your family is split across that line. Once you get further into Alabama and into Lee County, you start to hit some areas like Smith Station, parts of Salem, that it's kind of a hybrid zone. People that work on Eastern time may go by Eastern time. People that work on Central time may go on Central time. But once you land into really that Auburn-Opelika, Beauregard area, pretty much everybody is on Central time. Locals will tell you about slow time versus fast time. That's an hour difference depending on which side of the line you're standing on, and it trips people up more than you would think. Beyond taxes and time zones, I'd really encourage you to think about where you work and what kind of commute you're willing to live with. Think about whether you want to be out more in a rural setting or closer into a bigger city, because Columbus is the biggest city in this whole area. Do you want to be right in uptown or on the north side of town? What conveniences matter most to you? Are you drawn to older historic homes, or do you want new construction? All of that congeals together to help point you toward what actually works for your life. And if you're not sure which side of the river you want to be on, reach out. I can help you look on both sides and figure out what fits for you. I'm not going to stand here and tell you one state is better than the other. That's not honest. It depends on where you work, what kind of commute you want, and what kind of life you're trying to build. Ask whoever you're working with if they've actually closed deals on both sides of this line or if they're just guessing. Comment or text RELOCATE for a side-by-side breakdown of the two markets. If you've got questions about relocating across the Georgia-Alabama line or anywhere else in the Auburn-Opelika area, please reach out. You have a blessed day.